Rachel Halliwell here for HockeyProspect.com, joined today by Cole Perfetti of the Saginaw Spirit. Cole, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. So we'll just start off easy. Where are you and what are you doing to stay in shape during these interesting times?
Yeah, so I'm at home in Whitby, Ontario, with my family. You know, my mom and dad and my sister. You know, we're just keeping it low, hanging out at the house, and you know, kind of just doing our part in social distancing. And obviously, the times are tough. Our times are tough to keep in shape and work out. And you know, obviously with the rinks closed and the gyms closed and stuff like that, it's kind of tough. But you know, I've been in contact with my trainer, Peter Renzetti, and he's been great in sending our group and myself home workouts to do. And you know, he's really getting us ahead of the eight ball, making sure that we're working hard right now and kind of taking advantage of these couple months off that we're gonna have. And you know, I've been shooting made a backyard shooting pad, and you know, been on these we just got those Mars blades, roller blades, and you know, there's a lot to do, you know, at the house, and you know, trying to keep in shape. And obviously it's not ideal, but you know, I think I've been doing a good job of making the most of this opportunity and you know, trying to do what I can with the resources that are given.
Yeah, everybody's just got to find different ways to be creative right now with their at-home workouts, right?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to you know, obviously I'm not a trainer, and I don't know everything in the book, but it's hard to be creative. But thank God that you know, my trainer's so good with us, and he's willing to make workouts every day and give us video instructions and stuff like that to, you know, make sure we're doing it properly. And it is fun to, you know, kind of make some stuff up as you go, and you know, kind of just you know, do what you want in the backyard and stuff like that. But you know, it's good to have that structure still with my trainer.
Yeah, no, for sure. I totally get that. And hopefully the weather gets nicer too, so everybody can do a few more workouts like outside as opposed to.
Yeah, it's been the weather's been all right, but I think once it gets nicer, it'll be a lot easier to work out outside, and just add another element to everyone's you know, training.
Yeah, definitely. So what does a typical day in the life of Cole Perfetti kind of look like right now? I'm sure it's a lot different than what you're used to, even in the office normally.
It's a lot different. But you know, usually wake up, kind of just varies every day. There's no specific time I get up, but just get up and make some breakfast with my sister. Usually my mom and dad are already up, and you know, they're working or watching the news or whatever the case may be. They're doing their thing, and then me and my sister usually get up around the same time, just make some breakfast, and then you know, I kind of then we help out around the house when needs to be done. You know, this week you know, it was a lot of yard work, and the weather is getting a little bit better, so we've been doing yard work. And you know, the week before I was cleaning the garage and the basement and stuff like that. So it kind of just helped the family out a little bit for a couple hours, and then usually just go have some lunch with my sister, make some lunch with her, and then you know, I usually work out. After that, I usually go for a run and then come back and do a lift, and then you know, go outside, shoot some pucks for about 30 minutes, and then after that I kind of unwind. I'll come back in and do a little bit of homework. You know, all my classes are online now, so everything's you know, accessible from home, and I've been doing homework, and then you know, I'll just hang out, play some video games after that with the guys. You know, have dinner, and then kind of relax and you know, call it a night. Play some board games, playing a lot of board games and card games with my family, and then we'll just call it a night.
Yeah, I feel like everybody's kind of doing the same thing these days. I mean, I'm not doing the whole workout part, but the rest of it sounds pretty typical to me.
Yeah, I've got a lot of time, so.
Yeah, so you just got to find ways to keep yourself entertained, I guess.
Sure.
You finished second in points in the O this season. How do you feel the season went for both you and the team in Saginaw this year?
It was great for the team. You know, we were a great team, and you know, it's obviously a bummer though having the season come to an end, especially for us. I mean, we were the hottest team in the league as the last 10 games, and we were on route for a long playoff run. And you know, we had some unfinished business from the year before. And, we were excited to get back to the playoffs and, kind of go on another long run. And, to have that taken away kind of stunk. But, we were a great team, and we struggled a little bit, much like the year before. We kind of struggled a little bit in the first month of the season, and then, kind of started playing to our potential. And then the wins started coming a lot more, and we started playing a lot better. And, picking up guys at the deadline like Duhart and Suzuki and, other guys, Antropov, and, all those guys were key pieces for us this year. And, getting Bodie back, it was really beneficial, and everything seemed to be clicking, and, we were heading in the right direction. And, it was a really good season. I think a lot of that, that team success really helped the individual success for me. I think, being able to play with such unbelievable players, and, having the being in the Spirit organization with the way they take care of us, and, ensure that we're happy, and, ensure that we're in a healthy environment for us to strive. I think, really helped me on the ice. Everything's taken care of off the ice, and, you don't really have to worry about anything off the ice, because it's the Spirit make everything so easy. So you kind of can just focus on your performance and your on ice play. And I think that's what really, helped me this season. I was really happy with the way I played this season, and really happy with, the results that I got, and the results we got as a team. And, it was a hell of a year, and, it was one to remember for sure. And there was a lot of great memories with the guys, and, I'm just thankful to, do it with the guys that we did.
Yeah, and I understand that obviously, it's hard with the season ending the way that it did, but I'm sure that there's lots that you can take away from the season regardless, even though obviously you didn't get to finish everything as you wanted to.
Yeah, for sure. There was a lot to learn, and it was a great year, and there's a lot of great memories and a lot of learning experiences throughout. I mean, obviously, not getting to the playoffs, that's a big learning experience that a lot of guys are going to miss, but, it was a great year overall.
Yeah, for sure. And this season, there was a huge bump in your assist numbers as opposed to last season. They almost doubled. Did you do anything differently or make any adjustments this year with it being your second year in the league?
There was a couple of things I think that I noticed. I mean, one being just confidence. Coming back your second year, you have a lot more confidence than your rookie year, and you hold onto the puck a little more, and I think you're poised with. I think the poise with the puck. I mean, I also think that last year I was playing with great guys, and I was shooting a little more. I think where this year, we were playing with unbelievable guys again, and I think I was just passing a little more this year. I don't know what it was, but it was definitely. I kind of tried to play the same way, but it seemed like I passed a little bit more this year, and I don't know what it was, but one thing that I was talking to my dad and my agent about was just how confident you can feel in your second year when you come back. I mean, the first year it's your first year of dealing with living away from home, going to a new school, having to make sure you're kind of living on your own now, and in a sense where it's your responsibility to remember your clothes on the road, suits, and make sure you're getting a ride to the rink and stuff like that. It's kind of on you, and it's a lot, and it can weigh you down, especially as a 16-year-old kid. And I think coming back as a 17-year-old for my second year, I got a car, and I matured a lot over the summer, and through that first year, that when I came back as a second year, it's kind of a lot more comfortable and stress-free outside of the rink, and that kind of just made me, or allowed me, should I say, to just go out and play my game every night, not have to worry about anything, worry about school. I was taken care of. They were making sure that they were helping me, making sure I was on top of my grades and my homework, and they did a great job, and you just feel a lot more comfortable in your second year, and that's one thing that really helped me. It just really helped my confidence, and my life away from the rink, it was a lot easier. So I think that definitely, contributed to my on-ice play and kind of being able to relax on the ice.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I totally understand that, being 16, moving away from home, and like Saginaw's not close to Whitby, so I'm sure it's quite an adjustment in your first year, and then you kind of learn how everything works, and then your second year you're like, okay, this is how it works. I got it. I'm just going to focus on the on ice stuff. So I totally get that. How would you describe your game?
Yeah, so I would say that I'm a 200-foot forward. I could play either center or left wing, or right wing. Really, I've played all three this year, and but I could play anything up front. And I think I'm a pass first guy, but a playmaker. I think I'm reliable on both ends of the ice. I think I'm my hockey IQ and game sense is kind of what my best asset is. I think being able to find the right guy, make the right play, and in all three zones is kind of where I thrive, and it's kind of my best attribute. And then I think also my goal scoring ability with my shot and hands in tight, I think kind of makes me that dual threat in the offensive zone. If I'm a passer and a scorer, I think I can be that threat in the offensive zone. But definitely my hockey IQ and awareness and game sense is definitely what makes me the player that I am.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there something in your game that you're always trying to improve on?
Yeah, one thing would just be my skating. I've always been trying to improve that ever since I was little. I mean, you see the way the game's going now, and skating's really important. I think I'm a good skater. I'm not great by any means or excellent and compared, but I think I'm a good skater. I don't have that breakaway speed, but I think my edges and my agility are very strong, and I think I can keep up in a race with a lot of the fast guys in the league. And I think people always say that my skating is my knock, but I think it's not. I think it's pretty good, and I think I'm a pretty decent skater, and I've been working hard at it.
Do you have like a skating coach or somebody that works with you on that, either during the season or in the off season?
Yeah, so we have a skating coach in Saginaw. His name's Ron Gay, and he's a guy from Michigan, and so he comes in every Monday, and we work with him all the time, and he's great. But then in the summer, I also have Tracy Tutton in Whitby. She's based out of Whitby, so I go to her, two times a week, and been spending many years with her, just trying to build my stride and kind of critique that.
Yeah. Okay. And what would you say is a strength in your game?
A strength would definitely be my hockey IQ. I think that's what makes me the player that I am.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, when I talk to our scouts, they're always talking about your amazingly high hockey IQ. So where did that come from? Like, did you watch a lot of hockey growing up? Like, how did you kind of develop that?
I think a lot of it came from watching hockey. I think I'm a kind of a hockey nerd. I'm always either on YouTube, NHL Network, Hockey Night Canada, whatever the case may be. I'm always watching the game and kind of studying. And I think, it's kind of cliche to say, but I think some kids when they're younger just, kind of watch the game and just go through the motions and just watch it to watch it. But, when I was little, I would always try to watch it and kind of like isolate a couple players on the ice to see what they do, at all times. And, one guy I loved was Crosby growing up, and I tried to, see different things that he would do on the ice. And I kind of tried to emulate that and put that into my game. And I don't know what it is. I think a lot of it is from watching hockey, playing a lot of hockey, and just being a nerd within the sport. Then I think a lot of it comes, some of it comes natural. I think, I work hard in school, and I excel in my schooling, and I think that translates to the on ice. I think being able to academically succeed, and then I think it translates to the ice for sure.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. That makes a lot of sense. Your parents are both very involved in hockey. How big of a role have they played in your development as a player?
Yeah, they've been massive, obviously. They're the reason why I'm here today. My sister's a big part of that too. But, obviously, they sacrifice time and money and effort and, their lives for me. they sacrificed early Sunday morning so I could go to the rink, and long drives and through snowstorms, and a lot of their hard-earned money went to me being able to play hockey. And without them, obviously, I wouldn't be anywhere today. I wouldn't be able to do what I do. My sister, she's awesome. She's not your average 21-year-old sister. She supports me through thick and thin, and even when we were younger, she would give up opportunities to hang out with friends or go do her own things, because she would come to the rink and support me. And without them, I wouldn't be anywhere. And they're the three biggest supporters and influencers on my life.
Yeah, family is huge, especially, when people are in positions like you are. I'm guessing that the World Junior Camp didn't necessarily play out how maybe you wanted it to, but it's a huge honor to be at camp and have that experience anyways. But after that, you really took off in Saginaw, putting up 66 points in 32 games afterwards. How did that experience fuel your compete level and your game back in the O?
Yeah, it's I definitely, getting cut from anything sucks, but especially World Juniors. It's a team you've tried to make your entire life and dreamed of being on, and being that close and coming up short obviously really sucks. And I kind of went back to Saginaw with fuel, fire, and I just wanted to prove them wrong and do whatever I could to prove them wrong. And I kind of went into every game saying to myself, you should be on that team and whatnot. And I kind of use it to light the fire and get me going before every game, and kind of use that as motivation. And I think it worked in the last half of the season, and my numbers started to take off, my play started to elevate, and it obviously sucks getting cut, but it definitely helped my game in the long run this year.
Yeah, did you feel a difference in yourself, like when you're on the ice, from the first half to the second half?
In the first little bit of getting cut, I just wanted to go out and prove a point every night that I should have been on the team. But after a couple nights of that, and I saw success coming, a new level of confidence kind of was instilled in me, and I just felt that I could do a lot more than I could in the first half, and I just felt a lot more confident, a lot more poised with the puck, and kind of more dominant on the ice. I think I could go out and make an impact every shift, and kind of be the difference maker in the game. And all that has to do with the motivation that I got from being cut.
Yeah, there's like that saying, don't poke the bear, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it felt like.
Yeah. You mentioned you watched a lot of Sidney Crosby growing up. Is there someone that you try to model your game after, or is it maybe a combination of a couple different players?
Yeah, one guy I try to model my game after is Mitch Marner, just because of his hockey sense, and that's what makes him the player who he is. And I think hockey sense is obviously my strongest attribute as well. So we have a lot of similarities. Obviously, he's one of the quicker guys in the league, and I don't have that quick speed, but other than that, I think we play really similar. He's a pass first guy, but has that scoring ability. Great shot, but his ability to find the open man and the late guy, and make the play in all three zones, the right one. And I think I try to play like him. He's a great player. He's not the biggest, but his skill and smarts are what make him so elite. And I think those two are my best attributes as well. And I try to just emulate that and kind of do stuff that he does and put that into my game. Yeah,
no, for sure. The NHL Draft has been postponed for now. I'm sure this is kind of a weird time for you, doing interviews and stuff virtually, talking to teams and everybody over the phone, all that kind of stuff. So I'm sure the draft and the combine was something you were looking forward to.
Yeah, those are obviously experiences that, are once in a lifetime. The combine, not a lot of kids get to go to, only 100 kids every year. And, the experience and the lessons that you learn are invaluable there. And, it's not just the testing that you're missing out on, but it's the meetings with every team, and being able to see all the other kids around the world come in, and being able to meet them and meet every team and talk to them. It's it's massive, and it's an experience that not a lot of kids get to have, and I'm still hoping it's going to happen. And it doesn't look great, but I'm really hoping that happens in the draft. Obviously, it's something that you dream of ever since you started playing hockey. I've kind of looked up to this day since I was 4 years old. When I first started playing hockey, I wanted to get drafted to the NHL, and it's crazy now that in this year that this is all happening, and it's kind of a little nerve-wracking because it's just you don't know, and no one really has a sense of where it's going or what's going to happen. So the one thing that I know is everyone they're going to have to have a draft. It's going to happen. The time and what it's going to look like, no one knows, and then that's a little unsettling, and the uncertainty kind of sucks. But there's going to be a draft, and everyone knows that. So I'm not worried. It's kind of just a bit of a waiting game, and I'm just excited for when the day comes, and I'm going to be training all summer, looking forward to that day.
Yeah, well, we're all hoping, that the draft goes, off as planned and, hopefully in person so that, everybody gets the experience that you've always dreamed of, because I can only imagine how weird it would be for everybody involved to watch it, via Zoom or something. But, whenever the draft is, we wish you the best of luck with that and with
Thank
everything
you.
moving forward. Yeah,
Thank you very much.
And no problem. And just stay safe out there, stay healthy, all that.
Yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate that, and I hope you and everyone in your family stay healthy and safe, and I really appreciate that.